My week was really good. It wasn't like not what I expected really. I don't know, I expected to be more uptight, but Alex is just like, oh, we're really chill and we're just gonna do this, we're gonna have fun, which I think made it 20 times more fun.
Yeah, week number 2. We're done with week number 2. Halfway through the final 4. We had Kasey all week. Just a delight. I mean, what a sweet gal. And we had a lot of fun. Again, we had a few challenges, though, which were interesting to work around.
This week something I really struggled with was I had been helping outside, stacking hay and stuff. A family's barn fell down, so we were over there helping with that. So my allergies are really bad. I was like sneezing. He'd be like, tell me to cut when you're gonna sneeze. So I'd be like, oh, cut, sneeze, and then we'd go back to it. So I mean, it was a struggle.
I'm noticing a pattern here with the candidates so far. We had Gabby in week 1 who had the medical problem and the Vicodin, and this week we had the allergies and the cold remedies. So I guess basically for the last 2 people, for Cora and then for Terry, check your medical policy and your insurance before you do your final week with me, because it's a pattern, it's a trend I'm seeing where sitting there cooped up with me for 3 hours in the morning are producing medical problems and emergencies.
The most fun I had this week was when we had the people call in about the home remedies. We had the lady call in about boiling down skunk fat and eating it to stay healthy. I mean, that was really weird. I mean, why would people want skunk fat in their body? I mean, you probably stink, that's why you don't get sick. No one comes around you to get sick. So that was definitely interesting.
The home remedies. We got off on because of our allergies, we started talking about ways to combat that, and then we had people call in with odd home remedies, and they progressively got to the point where we had to cut them off because people are eating breakfast at this point. I think she probably mentioned the skunk rendering of the fat. And we stopped at this one because it was her grandmother used to use drops of urine in the ear to combat earaches. And the point that we both asked and wondered about was, I don't know why we got stuck on this, whose urine? Does your own urine cure your ear infection? Does it have to be grandma's urine? And at that point, would you lie to grandma and say, no, my ear's fine?
Well, he's funny. He's really funny. You know, people are like, I don't know what to expect from you to see his picture or whatever, but the best way I can explain him is really funny. And sometimes the things he says, I'm like, whoa. Just the thing, you wouldn't expect it. You see his face, and then the things that comes out of his mouth, it's hilarious. I had so much fun.
Oh, she said it was funny. We tried to combat that. We found her get kind of a giggle early on in the week, and I told her, I said, Kasey, listen, I've heard the program. I'm not that funny. There's no reason to flatter me with that. So we cut that out early on in the week.
The most surprising thing for me this week was I've listened to Wax ever since I was little, and so coming in and seeing the studio was like not what I expected. I guess I expected like this really big, elaborate, like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be lights and go and stop and and it was like, it wasn't that. I mean, it's just so simple and comfortable, I guess is the easiest way to say it. I didn't expect it to be comfortable. It was, you come in and you don't feel like you're an outsider, you feel like you belong right away. So that was like the most surprising thing.
We've had a great time so far. 2 weeks, like I said, already done. We're halfway through this. We've got 2 more gals. Barring any kind of major medical emergency, I think I foresee big things for the final 2 weeks. And then we're going to do the voting too. So we're going to leave it up to the listener to help us determine who's going to be the person that's going to be cooped up and locked in that studio with me every morning. Like we said this morning, it kind of sounds like a life sentence.
I had a really great week this week. I mean, it was fun on air, and doing all of this was a great experience one way or another, whether I get the job or not. I'm just really happy to be involved. And so I'd like you all to vote for me if you enjoyed listening to me on air, which I hope you did. I know it's 2 weeks away, so it's a long time to wait, but just cast those votes, and if you liked me, I would love your vote. Thanks. Sounds good, please.
Perfect.